Okay, welcome back to another session of the daily portion of German. And this is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the Erasmus Academy Recording Studios in Brooklyn, New York. Here you have on the screen, and we're in our segment of the second segment on Van Gogh's paintings and texts taken from his letters to his brother. And here's a painting that I came across today that I thought I would put up on the screen first. I've never seen it before in my life. It's just really beautiful. I think you probably feel the same way too. Who knows? But it's really remarkable art. Anyway, so the painting itself doesn't have anything direct connection to the text that we're going to look at. But let's go to the text now and take a look at that. Okay, just 1 second. So since my assistant isn't with me, I'm going to ask William, an imaginary partner, or conversationalist or guest speaker, to help me work through the sentences and read them out loud. So I want everybody should try to repeat them after I read it out loud to get a sense of the flow and the pronunciation of the words. And then I'll ask you, William, some specific questions about how to unpack the structure of the sentence so we can get an idea of how to translate it properly. Okay, so going on. Let's see. You can see this here. Can you see my mark here, William? Great. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. Okay. So reading from here. Ich weiß sicher, dass ich das Gefühl für Farbe habe. Everybody? Up to here. Und mehr bekommen werde. Everybody? Und dass das Malen mir in Mark und Bein sitzt. Great. Okay. So William, up to here, obviously the verb is weiß. I know for sure. Sicher. And then this is the main clause, followed by subordinate clause introduced by das. And then here you have, where's the verb complex here? Up to this point? Correct. Right here, to habe, that I have. And then what's the direct object? So here's your subject, and direct object is das Gefühl. Yeah. So that I have the feeling for color, and more will become, i.e., or receive the feeling for color. Going on. Und dass das Malen mir in Mark und Bein sitzt. This is an idiom meaning in the boundary or in the area and in the bone, like so in the marrow or in the inside of me. And that, in other words, another subordinate clause introduced with das. And that painting, again, remember that infinitives made into nouns with a capital letter at the beginning makes that word a gerund, so an ing word in English. And that the painting is sitting in me, in my marrow, so in the depths of my being is the idea. Okay, going on. Nicht der starke Farbenverbrauch macht den Maler. William, repeat it for me, or everybody, sorry. Okay, so it's useful, remember always to identify the verb first in more complex sentences and the subject second. So where's the verb, William? Right, right here, macht. So, and provide with a pronoun, it would be it makes. So you're looking for a singular subject. Where's the singular subject? Right here. Farbenverbrauch. And remember with these compound nouns, it's always good to break them up if you can into component parts. So this is the use of colors. So not the strong use of colors makes, and where's the direct object? The only one left, den Maler. So, and you know this is masculine because it's den instead of die, which would be for, the definite article would be for a feminine noun. Okay, going on, everybody. Aber einen Erdboden ganz kräftig zu machen, everybody. Going on. Die Luft klar zu gestalten. Just up to that point. So, William, remember, what does this zu mean? That's right. It always means for the purpose of or in order to plus an infinitive. So you have an infinitive right here, machen, which we indicate with a curvy line. So in order to make, and then where's the direct object? Einen Erdboden. Again, let's divide this compound noun. Boden means the ground, and the Erde means the earth. Remember, the second element in a noun always determines its gender. So it's der Boden, but die Erde, but the whole word as a whole is a masculine noun. That's why it's einen. So, however, in order to make a ground or the earth or the soil quite powerful, predicate adjective, quite powerful. And then there's a umzu. Where's that? William? Umzu, again, that means in order to shape, here's the infinitive, in order to shape the sky, here's the direct object, clearly, again, an adverb to shape it clearly. Then you have the main clause. Muss man es schon nicht auf eine Tube ankommen lassen. And William, where's the verb complex there? You're right on. Okay, let me erase this earlier stuff just so we can focus more. Okay, so from here, muss man ankommen lassen. So muss, it must ankommen lassen. And this really means, it means to depend on, or literally, it must allow to arrive, or it must depend upon one, and then where's the subject? So let me box the verb complex here, this whole thing right here, so you identify it. Good, and where's the subject? You're right, William. How do you know that? So good. Whenever you see man, it's automatically the subject, 100% the subject, and it's the impersonal one. One must depend on. One must not already depend on it, or it. One must not depend on already a tube, i.e. of colors. In other words, in order to, again, just to review those two sentences more smoothly, but in order to make the soil quite powerful, in order to shape the sky or the air clearly, one must already not depend on a tube, i.e. of colors. Okay, going on. Manchmal bringt es das Motiv mit sich, everybody. Okay, just up to there. So, Wayne, where's the subject? That's great. It's a little bit more difficult. This is an idiom. Bringt mit sich, and literally means it brings itself with. But this is an idiom together, and it means, as the idiom, it means to, it involves or it entails. So sometimes, and where's the subject in there? Das Motiv. Yeah, and motif means really the subject or the theme. So sometimes an adverb, the theme involves it. What? This is really sort of the supplying or taking the place of the direct object. Involves it. What? That. Or involves that one paints in a thin manner or in a thin way, right? Das man dünn malt. Okay. Going on. Manchmal gebietet es der Stoff, die Natur der Dinge selbst, dass die Farben dicht aufgetragen werden müssen. Okay, so going on here, you have manchmal here. So just up to here, William, where's the verb? Gebietet, right there. Okay, that's the verb, and that means it calls for, or it requires, or enjoins. So it sometimes the material, der Stoff, calls for it to do what? And then there's an apposition that follows der Stoff. And sometimes the material, i.e. the nature of the things themselves, calls for it to what? That the colors, and then where's the verb complex there? In that last subordinate clause? Right. Aufgetragen werden müssen. So auftragen means to lay on, to apply, to spread. So this means they must be applied, that the colors must be applied in a thick manner, as added there. Okay, so a little bit complicated, but it's very interesting, revealing some of the really process of creating and painting and artwork that Van Gogh was so deeply involved in. Okay, thanks so much for coming, and look forward to seeing you back next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.